Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. And today we are talking about the backend roadmap, first lesson of backend roadmap. And right now we are discussing about operating system. And here is our readme text. And right now and today we have an hour plan. The first of all, we are talking about operating system. Then we are discussing about the most popular operating system, which called Linux for developers, and I give some information about the Linux, and then I learn with you the most 40 Linux command, and you should know from this site. So, okay, the first of all, we are talking about operating system. So operating system, and we know a lot of operating system, and the most popular operating system, this is Windows, and which belong to Microsoft, and then we know Linux, Kali, Ubuntu, and like that, and we know Mac OS and iPhone, Mac OS and iOS, and then we know absolutely Android, which belong to Google. So operating system definition: an operating system is a system software that acts as an interface between the user and the computer hardware and controls the execution of all kinds of program. Here is you can see this diagram, and user send a command by application, and operating system transferred to hardware, and machine transferred to machine code, and then hardware and so, input output devices or RAM, random access manager, and like that. And operating system control it, namely user and hardware, how can I say, translator, become a translator. So an operating system, why operating system? And here is you can see any user, if want to control their machine without operating system, they should know machine language, and machine language is very difficult even for programmers. So the typical user cannot type any machine language, so operating system is very important. So for example, we now fan, and we should low and high it. And fan, when we are giving a comment low and high, and all the comment control it or run it by wires. So what should we do for become a high for fan? We should, how can I say, open a wire and modify the wire. This is a very work hard, because we want to low or high fan, and if we wanted to this, we should transform the wires, and that's a very work hard. Just tap the button and low or high, and then uh, that's this work completed by this button, and it's very easy and efficiently for users. Then modify the wires by manual. So this is an example for natural and machine learning and like that. And the same is with machine learning and machine language. And here is you can see operating system, and here is you can see user and machine, and this is machine, and this is computer and hardware, and different hardware and hardware. This is and when the user sent a request to machine by operating system, it can give some more efficient environment for the users, because operating system provide with GUI and a lot of libraries and like that, and for memory, for processor, for input output device, and all of them, they have their own language and their own script, and typical user cannot remember all of it. So operating system um, remember and operating system remind all the script, then user send the request by operating system and operating system transfer to machine language, and the process become easy and become simple. And then we are talking about operating system aspects, and how can I say, we are talking about the operating system positive aspect. The first of all, this is user friendly, and user and any user can control their computer with two way. The first of all by operating system one, namely terminal, by terminal. And if any user want to control their computer by terminal, they should know all of the codes. For example, rem, ren, rename, replace, set local, and like that. But operating system and graphical GUI operating system can provide and very simple. And here is you can see the printer, and we know the printer, and it can give more convenient to users. And here is you can see printer codes, printer machine learning code, set local, and here is you can see GUI. And comment, it is very difficult for users, but GUI is a very simple for users. Then a lot of users choose GUI and graphical interface, graphical user interface. So second, this is efficiency. And we now operating system do it input and output works, and this is very fast and security. And then the first of all, we are talking about and the third, and this is a mistake I type on one, and the third, this is a process management. An operating system provide and process management, and which process will be executed. Process will be executed for how much time, and allocating process to processor and deallocating the process from the processor, and like that works controlled by operating system. And the second, this is memory management, and all the operating system and all the process, all the program for running, and the memory is the most significant for running process or program. And operating system can provide how much memory to allocate to a process, one process, or deallocating the memory from the process, how much memory is currently being used, how much memory is fire, and like that information and process controlled by operating system. Then and input output device management, and here is you can see keyboard, mouse, and printer, and mobile phones, and here is you can see input output devices, and operating system can control them, and which process gets the device for how much time, managing the connection this device, and like that. Then file management. An operating system and can provide you keeping track of information, location, and user status, and like that. And all the computers and all the devices have a network management, and all the devices operating system can provide this network management and managing all network connections and devices. And security management, we know, and this is operating system, and this is my operating system. This is Ubuntu, and Ubuntu is very, very convenient for developers. And here is you can see if you want to restart, or if you want to lock this computer, and if you're doing it, you can, and the operating system ask from you the password for the users, and this computer have one user, and this is my, and the two user, truth be told. This is first root, and my name, my Abdulaziz, and so an operating system have a security management, and this Ubuntu can manage all users and who is authorized users and restricting unauthorized users and activity. And right now we are talking about the most popular operating system, which called Linux and Linux. So first of all, we are seeing the statistic, and here is you can see percentage of websites using a selected operating system broken down by ranking. And Linux, here as you can see, the more useful than Windows in the server, because the Linux have a less, and Linux spend some more and more efficient than Windows, and because the resource and because the aspect of resource and like that, and memory and etc. So as you can see, Linux kernel runs on 85% of all smartphones. A recent studies by IDC reveals that Android has fortified itself and in the super smartphone market. So if we are going to Wikipedia, and we know Wikipedia, and Wikipedia provide about and Wikipedia give about Linux, Linux has completely dominated the supercomputer field since in 2017, with all of the top 500 most powerful supercomputers in the world running a Linux distribution. Linux is also most used for web servers, and then most often, and Ubuntu, this is my computer, and this is my operating system, is Ubuntu, the most common Linux distribution. So, and the most appreciative aspect, this is the Linux open source software, and you can take and source and code source of Linux by free, and this open source, and the created by Linus Torvalds in 1991, and Linux is a very popular. And if you want to search about Linux, you should know about Linux distributions software, and the first of all, Ubuntu, and then Fedora, Arch, Mageia, Deepin, Parrot, Kubuntu, Void, Linux, and like that. So the most popular Linux operating system, it is Ubuntu, then Fedora, then Debian, and then CentOS. And right now we are talking about, and we will discuss about the kernel, the monolithic kernel design. And the kernel, here as you can see, kernel, this is software, and Linux kernel, this is a space. And for process management and memory management and device drivers, file system access, and then here as you can see, hardware. How can I say? Software, this is REST applications. For example, your games which run it on your computer, on your Linux, and Linux kernel can be a translator for your hardware. And kernel doing a lot of process and work at the same time. So Linux kernel have a lot of positive aspect and advantages for users. The first of all, this is the libraries. Libraries provide essential functions to applications and facilities code reusability. So the second is utilities. Utilities offer command line tools that enable user to perform various tasks efficiently. So the next and important the advantage of Linux kernel, that was graphical user interface. And graphical user interface provide a user-friendly environment, allowing users to interact with the system through a graphical desktop environment. And there is right now we are this is the end of our Linux kernel lesson. But we haven't the last part. Right now we are talking about the 40 most used Linux command we should know. and this site can provide with it. So we open Chromium then, and here as you can see the 40 most used Linux command, and Linux has a worldwide market share for percentage on desktop. So what is a Linux command? A Linux command is a program or utility that runs on the command line. As a command line, what is a command line? And the first of all, we should open our terminal and our command line. And in the most Linux distribution, you would use Ctrl-Alt-T to do so. Namely, if you tap Ctrl-Alt and T, and you can see your command line for your Linux distribution. If this shortcut is not working in your computer, you can search it from your application panel, and here is type and search which terminal, and here as you can see terminal and or command line, and here as you can see and terminal. So and right now I am learning, and I know a lot of Linux codes and Linux command, but right now I am learning with you it. So the first of all, the most popular command, this is ls. ls is probably the first command every Linux user typed in the terminal. It allows you to list the contents of the directory you want. And truth be told, I'm accustomed to I'm accustomed to writing ls and type ls when I open terminal. So ls provide you, and here as you can see directories and dir and equivalent and the same as dir directory. So as you can see the subtraction and addition ls color after, and the second comment is alias. Alias, if you want to translate to Uzbek language, this is going to an lakab and like that. Alias. Alias, as you can see, alias command takes on key and value pair parameter. For example, an alias, what is alias? Alias command, you define temporary aliases in your shell session. Here as you can see, alias equal to ls color after, and if you alias to ls. So if you want to see all alias list in your computer, you should just tap your alias, and here as you can see all the alias of your Linux distribution, and grep, fgrep, grep, and like that. So an alias, we know an alias, as the name suggests, an alias command aims to remove alias, and just an alias and your key and value remove from your key. So the next command, this is pwd, and pwd stands for print working directory. And how can I say print working directory? We now, and here as you can see the direction, home, and my user, the Linux distribution, the main user, which called Abdulaziz. Then what is pwd, print working directory? We know Microsoft Windows, and we know Word. When you are end your work, and when you are end your work and finish your work, you should save it and anywhere. If you give a default value, and this PUID provide your Word save location, and you are ending your Word work and just save in default, and default directory, this is home and the Linux distribution user, and PUID just as the names are just print working directory. So the next, this is a very popular, the same as ls. This is st commands. St command provide you with enter to another and enter to inner directory, for example, st-stk. And here, as you can see, Go version and Go stk. So like that. And st, and here, as you can see, addition. And the next command is sp command. Sp command, it is easy to copy files and folders directly in the Linux terminals at some times and replace convenient file manager, for example. And right now we are using from sp command. Here is, you can see, main text file. And right now we are copy another main text file in this location by using sp command. So sp main text and then copy text, and here, as you can see, main text and copy text. And this command working. And the next command is rm command. You can use rm command to remove files and directories. Be careful while using it. Be careful. Watch out, and though, because it is very difficult yet not impossible to recover files deleted this way. So it can provide with deleted your file and to regular. And right now we are copying text, and if I want to delete it, I use from rm copy text. And why? And the exception happened. rm cannot remove copy text, no such file or directory, because we are giving in text. So rm copy text. And here, as you can see, our destination deleted. So an addition. So the next command is mv, and you use mv command to move or rename files and directories through your file system. And here, as you can see, the source file and where this file going to, and where you want them to move, and like that. So the next command is mkdir, and we know this command. It is a very popular, and to create folders in the shell you use from mkdir command, and just specify the folder's name, ensure it doesn't exist, and you ready go, ensure it doesn't exist. So we use from it. Here is, we have main text file. So and we have a music, and this music file folder exists, and we try to use from make a file which is existing here, which is existing destination, in this destination. So here, as you can see, the exception happened. mkdir cannot create directory music because file exists. So we create another folder, and which called, this is test. And then here is, you can see, mkdir test. Here is, you can see this test folder. So we are deleted /rm test, and here, as you can see, is deleted. So, and the first I use from rm, and right now why I am use rm -r, so it can provide, and here is this addition. If you want to delete an empty directory, you can use the recursive flag rm and subtract an r and directory to remove. So the next, and man. So another essential Linux command is man. It is display the manual page in any other commands. To see manual page of the mkdir, you should print it man mkdir. And here is, you can see the manual page of mkdir and mkdir. So we are quitting here. So even you could even refer to the manual page. Just type it man. So another popular comment it is touch, and touch provides you to update the access and modification times specified files. For example, I have an old file that was last modified on April 12th. So we are trying to use from touch command, and in addition, I should say about something, namely, if you don't know any command addition, just use from it, and you use in here, and you type in here the main command, which is touch, and just double minus and help, and here as you can see all of the operators and all of the mandatory arguments to long options are mandatory for short options too, and it can help to you. So just rm help, and you can see for rm. So the next and touch can provide for creating a new text file or new file, for example, touch main JSON. And here as you can see, main JSON. So the next is command comments, and command comments and chmod comments lets you change the mode of file and permission, and even it can read, write, and execute. If you have some command written by Go, Golang, or Python, or any for C++ and like that, you have a script you can run using chmod, and because it can give an convenient for execute your scripts. So the next is command is exit, and exit as the name suggests, this is exit from terminal, and here as you can see, exit from terminal. Exit from terminal. So we are going to terminal, and the next command is sudo. This command stands for super user do, and it lets you as computer as a super user or root user while you are running a specific command. It's how Linux protects itself and prevents user from accidentally modifying the machine's file system or installing inappropriate packages. So, for example, if I want to install something like super user, for example, GIMP, and all the time super user asking and password for user and for your main user, and my password is root. So, and in here the size of an additional disk space will be used, and I needn't it, so I have aborted it. So the next is shutdown, and sorry, I can't use from this comment in here, because if you, how can I say, as you may suggest and as you may guess, the shutdown command lets you power off your machine. However, it also can be used to halt and reboot it. So you can also schedule to turn off system in 24-hour format. To cancel a previous shutdown call, you can use minus and C flag. So the next is HTOP. HTOP is interactive processor viewer. Truth be told, HTOP is a very used and very useful command in server, because HTOP can provide and manage your machine resource directly from the terminal. In most cases, it is not installed by default, and right now, if I write the HTOP working in my computer, because I I have already installed it to my machine, but it is not installed the default. You should install by using super user. So sudo. So here is, you can see sudo opt install htop and like that. So, and I cancel it because I needn't it because I've already installed it. So the next command is unzip. We know, and if you want to extract content from zip file, you can use from unzip, and apt, yum, and pacman commands. And you should install on all the and this is not the default in your how can I say, in your Linux. So the next command is echo. Echo command display defined text in the terminal. Is that simple? Just use from echo. Echo, here is hello world, for example. And here is, you can see echo the perform and define text in your terminal. So, and we use from echo like that, echo, and the global variables echo, hey, and user. And here, as you can see, hey, my name, and the username in here. The next command is cat. Cat, short for concatenate, lets you create, weave, and concatenate files. So just use from cat and give the file name specified, for example, cat main text. And here, as you can see, nothing in here, nothing in text. If you want to edit your file, you can use from Vim, and Vim is not default library, and you should install by super user. So, and right now I will show you the default text editors, which called nano main JSON. And in here we are making a just JSON file, and for example user and root hello, okay, and world, and like that. So we are saving it, Control X and yes. And right now we are used from cat main JSON. So here, as you can see, cat and provide you view in the command line, and even nano can open, and even nano is more convenient because in here you can edit and doing like that works and doing like the tasks. The next command is ps. So with ps, you can take a look at the processor your current shell session is running. It prints useful information about the programs you're running, like process ID, typewriter, and time, and command name. So if I haven't done any mistake right now, maybe two process running in my computer, and bash and ps. So the next is kill command, and as the name suggests, this is kill. This is the process, the killer of process. Is annoying when a program is unresponsive and you can close it by any means. Fortunately, the kill command solves the kind of problem. So just write a kill and give PUID or the name. And be careful with this command because you run risk of accidentally deleting the work you've been doing. So the next is ping command. Ping is the most popular networking terminal utility used to test network connectivity. For example, ping google.com. And here is, you can see ping and time. This is network connectivity, and this is tester of network connectivity. So the next is Vim, and if you want to use from Vim, you should install to your computer, and this is the text editor like Nano. The next is history. History, it is your comment. How can I say? Here is if you tap your scroll up in your keyboard from your keyboard, if you tap and scroll up, you can see that your older and your old comments, because the history adding to yourself it, and here as you can see all the my previous comment. So, and we clear it. The next is passwd, and passwd allows you to change the passwords of user accounts. First, it prompts you enter the current password, then asks you for a new password and confirmation. Just if you want to update your password, update your user password, you can use from passwd. So changing password for a user, and I should put it in here, the current password. This is root. And if the password is true, then the operating system, and then operating system ask a new password, and just root, and I input in here root, and the bad password exception happened. The password is the same as the old one, and right now I should end this session and end process. And sorry, password not much. So the password unchanged. So if you want to update your password, you can use from passwd. So the next comment is which comment. The which command outputs the full path of shell commands. If it can't recognize the given command, I'll throw an error. And which Python or which Brave. So the next is shred. Shred, and this command provides the path, which is, for example, Python or Brave. And the next and useful command is shred. If you ever wanted to a file almost impossible to recover, shred can help you with this task. For example, and I have an cat main JSON, and I have a main JSON file. So in this main JSON, I try to, and I attempt to use from shred command in here. So what should I do? Just shred and give the file name main.json. So without any exceptions, the process will be finished and accomplish it. And if I want to see cat main JSON, here is you can see, and you can't even read it. So shred provide with it. So if you want to delete the file right away, you can use from -u flag, and here, and right now shred shoe and main JSON, and here as you can see main JSON deleted. So the next comment is less, and less is a program that lets you inspect files backward and forward. The next is tail, and these comments I don't want to use from the terminal because the video sizes become more and more longer. So just this comment provide with the editor of text. So tail, hat, and grab. So where me, what is, and vs, and right now, okay, NoFetch. NoFetch is command line interface tool that display information about your system, like kernel version, shell, and hardware next to an ASCII logo of your Linux distro. And NoFetch, this is not a default command, and you should download it. But I have it, and if you wanna see like that, or if you want to see your system, your operating system information like that, you should install by sudo apt install NoFetch. Just input this command and just download it, and you can use, and you can see your operating system information like that. So the next command is find, and find command search for files in directory. So, and we know it, and if you use from like that, if you use from this command like that, and it can provide the directory, and you can use from instead of search in here in GUI, and this command use it in here, So, okay, and the last command is wget, World Wide Web Get. And as the name suggests, World Wide Web Get is a utility to retrieve content from the internet. So for example, we use from this cookies Python file. So World Wide Web Gets. So just paste in here, and here as you can see, our get file, get Python file from World Wide Web. So, and here is, you can see cookies file, and we can use from cat in here for read this file in inner. So class and bake function and like that. So this is the last comment. So if you want to improve yourself common skills, you can use from this site kinsta.com block Linux command. So in here, the most and you must know the Linux command, the 40 count with 40 count. So and today lesson, and today our roadmap, and our roadmap first lesson finish it and accomplish it. So the next lesson is about internet, and we are talking about what is HTTP, the version, and the difference between them, and then OSI model and DNS hosting and like that. So thank you for giving your attention, and subscribe my channel and subscribe my Telegram channel.